All right, so I just finished watching WWE Bad Blood, and I gotta say, it was one of the best PLEs ever. I loved it. So let's get into what all happened. So we started off with Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell match, and man, was that match very bloody, but it was very good. I'm gonna put that in second place. That was a really good match, the second best match of the night, and yeah, I predicted that CM Punk was going to win, and he did win. I want CM Punk to win. I want CM Punk to be the one to end the feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. He did, and yeah, I'm very happy for CM Punk. Now he can finally move on to bigger, better things in WWE. And yeah, now getting into the second match, which was Nia Jax defending her championship against Bayley, and Bailey came very close to winning. We also almost seen Tiffany's trying to cash in. So I predicted that she was going to cash in, but she was about to cash in. She almost cashed in, but then Nia sat up, looking at Tiffany like, "What are you doing?" And she looked mad at the end of the match. But Nia Jax still won. She retained the title. I'm not happy about it. I'm not a Nia Jax fan, but it's whatever. Someone will eventually dethrone her anyways. I can't wait for the day that she loses that title to someone. But then we get into Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Hold on, but first before we get into that, let me rate the Nia Jax versus Bayley match. That one takes fifth place. It's not. It was a pretty decent match, but it's not the best match of the show. And now getting into Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Well, Damian Priest won, which will hopefully lead to the demon, which will hopefully lead to Finn Balor bringing out the demon Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, maybe at either Crown Jewel or Survivor Series. Hopefully, at Survivor Series though, that would be the perfect PLE for him to bring out the demon. But yeah, and that match between Damian and Finn gets third place. And then getting into Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Pretty good match. I was not expecting any returns, but we got a Raquel Rodriguez return to help Liv Morgan retain. Of course, it was a success because Liv Morgan retained. And here's the funny part. Dom, well, here's the cool part first. Dom actually picked the lock. I predicted that he would somehow pick the lock or cause issues in the match, and he actually picked the lock on the cage. And then he was trying to get out of the cage, and he was up in the air, and he fell, and he was hanging by 1 foot from the cage, and it was funny. Then Rhea started beating him with the kendo stick. That was really funny, and yeah, it was a really good match. I wanted Rhea Ripley to win here, but unfortunately, since Damian Priest won, they weren't gonna have Rhea win. They weren't gonna have both Territories win. But yeah, other than that, it was a pretty good match. That the Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley match gets fourth place. And yeah, and now we did have Triple H come out. Yes, I know it's Triple H with long hair on a Cody Rhodes, but it's close to have to what he was wearing because he was wearing a blue suit. And yeah, but he came out and announced a new championship that will be getting fought for at Crown Jewel, I believe he said it was. Yeah, Crown Jewel on November 2nd. It's going to be, if Gunther retains against Sammy, it's going to be Gunther versus, I believe it's going to be Gunther versus Cody Rhodes, but they're also going to have a women's one too, which I'm not interested in that. I'm just going to be interested in the Gunther versus Cody Rhodes one, but I'll be watching that PLE too. But yeah, and the championship looks really good. I can't wait to see that match because eventually they're most likely going to make a figure of whoever has that title. And honestly, I'm excited to be here for that kind of stuff. And yeah. And then Gunther came out and yeah, he actually said Goldberg the wasn't his favorite wrestler. He said, "Hey Gage, I hope your dad is a better father than he is a wrestler." And That's when Bill Goldberg got mad, and I really want to see Goldberg spear Gunther. It would have been hilarious for Gunther to get what he deserves from Goldberg. But then Sami Zayn came out and started attacking Gunther. Did pretty good too, and yeah. And then into the main event, we had Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns team up versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Banger match, best match of the night, takes first place. And we got 2 returns in this match. But Cody Rhodes took out Solo Sikoa, or took out Jacob Fatu by doing a frog splash through the announcement table onto Jacob Fatu to keep Jacob Fatu from costing Roman and Cody the match. And then the Tongans come out, Tongalo and Tama Tonga, and distract Roman. Solo hits a spear and almost beats Roman and Cody. But Roman kicked out at 2.999 like he always does, and that's how you know Roman is the GOAT, when he can kick out at 2.99999. And yeah. Then we got a Jimmy Uso return. I've been waiting for him to return, because that means the Survivor Series working his matches in the planning, hopefully. And yeah, Jimmy, well, I believe it was Tama Tonga that, because Jimmy came out in a black hoodie and a bandana on his face, so you couldn't see it with the hood up and everything. But I believe it was Tama Tonga that turned him around, and Jimmy super kicked him, and then he super kicked Tongaloa. And yeah, and then Roman got then Jimmy distracted Solo, because Solo obviously is is one that ordered Jimmy to be taken out by Jacob Fatu. And yeah. And then Roman speared Solo. It was insane, by the way. It was a really good spear. And Roman picked up the victory, and Cody and Roman had a little stare off along with Jimmy by Roman's side. And then Jimmy and Roman left the ring. To the whole Timu bloodline, Jacob, Solo, Tama, and Tonga, all started jumping Cody. So Jimmy said to Roman, "Come on, let's do the right thing. Let's get in there and help him." And Roman said, "It was just a one-time thing." And finally, Jimmy convinced Roman, and they both went in there and got the bloodline all to run away. Jimmy and Roman working together is perfect. And I'm glad I got to watch this PLE. I watched it all the way to the end. And then we had one last return. Roman, Cody, and Jimmy were standing all together in the ring, and it was The Rock! The Rock flipping returned! I went crazy when Jimmy and The Rock returned. I went crazy. That was insane. I'm so happy I got to watch this PLE. I'm going to rate this PLE a 10 out of 10 because of the 2 returns and the epic main event, the epic open of the show with a lot of blood at the beginning, and the epic matches in between the opening and the main event, which was insane. Not to mention, I love watching the countdowns too. Those are awesome. Those are fun to watch. Get to talk about the match, watch them talk about the matches and all that. Yeah, but yeah. So that was WWE Bad Blood. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace.